Welcome to Upper Valley Access,
your monthly video magazine. Well, Emily, we just closed our summer series of video camp. We finished with Edit Week, but the week before that, we had a new camp called Local News and Community Stories. In this camp, we partnered with local nonprofits, and we had kids go out and interview these nonprofits in the Hartford community who serve the greater Upper Valley about the work they're doing right here in the community. So students talked with Cover, Home Repair and Recover Store, Center for Transformational Practice, and Good Neighbor Health Clinic and Red Logan Dental. So look for interviews with these organizations in this month's magazine.
Did you know that the Upper Valley Aquatic Center offers the Hartford Fire Department fitness and training throughout the week? And I think they're also looking to open it up to other fire departments in the Upper Valley community. It's really neat. They have a personal trainer, and she takes them through exercises that are specific to their job as firemen. August was WISE Volunteer Appreciation Month, so you can watch a really cool PSA that our producer Brianna Spangler did about volunteering at WISE.
My name is Diane Reinhardt. I am the store manager. So the way the Recover store works is that people donate stuff to the store, from chairs, appliances, paint, Cuisinarts. Those items are resold, and the money that we make from selling those items then goes to help fund the home repair. So the main goal, Cover's mission, is to foster hope and build community. So the people who are donating, it gives them a place to bring their used items instead of having to throw them away. It helps people in the community by someone who can't afford, let's say, $600 for a new refrigerator. They can come to the Recover store and buy a new refrigerator for $125. One of the other ways that the Recover store helps people in the community is there's a lot of knowledge sort of in the staff. So if someone comes here and they have a question like, geez, how do you actually plumb a sink? We can talk with them about how to do that. Sometimes we can show them how to do it. It feels really good. I don't know if you've had an opportunity to be in a position of need, and you might, I assume that at some point in your life you will be in a position where you'll need something and you won't be able to fulfill it within your, within your family or your network of friends. And it's a very vulnerable place to be. I experienced that when I had cancer, and it was really amazing to have people that I didn't know cook my family dinner 3 times a week for 6 months. That it felt like I was part of something bigger. And that's what it feels like both when I worked as a volunteer for Cover as well as when I became staff, that it is nice to work with an organization that believes that we're part of something bigger than just ourselves, that we are part of a community and we're better when we help each other.
My name is Jay Mead. I am a job crew leader. The Upper Valley is a great place to live, and for many people it could be a very challenging place to live because the housing is hard for them to afford. So keeping them in their housing is really important. The goal of Cover is to keep people in their housing and make sure that little things that become big things like roof leaks, or if somebody is disabled and can't get in or out of their home, we provide ramps. So we do those kinds of things, and then we're also trying to reduce people's energy costs. So we provide LED lights. We also do weatherization, and we do things like repair floors that rot out, things that we can handle and basically make it safer for people to be in their homes. The phrase that we use at Cover that describes us is hope and community. So what we're doing is we're keeping people in their homes. That's providing hope. It's creating community in that we have volunteers who come out and work with us, and the volunteers who are from different backgrounds get to know their neighbors, get to know people in different towns. That creates community.
Cover is succeeding at its mission, which is that people feel like this is an organization that supports them. And so, maybe offering them a little bit of hope that, geez, don't really have enough money to buy enough food this month, and our refrigerator just stopped working. And we might be able to help them with a new refrigerator, so that, and then they don't feel quite so alone. And that is the same with home repair. If you think of how hard it would be if your roof leaked, that every time it rained, we work with this family, every time it rained they had to put a tarp over their bed because it rained on their bed when it rained outside. And what it would feel like to get a new roof by strangers came and had fun having lunch together, and then they were able to put a roof on your house and you no longer had to put a tarp over it. And then build community, that it feels good when someone comes in there and I'm like, hey, hi, Harrison. When people come here and they feel known and they feel like, oh, that this is part of your community.
There was an old man who lived down on Center Road, Mr. Ackerman, and he had a stroke or something. Anyway, he became very old and a lot less capable. And I went by there one day, and he was out in the front yard, and he had this shovel, and he was digging a hole or filling in a hole or something, and he was taking like a spoonful at a time. Instead of, like all his life he'd worked and done that stuff. But he was still doing it, but it was just the teeniest little bit. Mm-hmm. And it was sort of comforting to me to see him continuing with what he did, but not forcing himself to do more than he could. He could hardly do anything.
Right.
He continued to do it. It seems very natural to me. Mm-hmm. Everything, the insects, the animals, the plants, they just do it that way.
Mm-hmm. Do what they can.
Just less and less.
Nice to be only less and less. Okay.
I think the challenge is not to feel inadequate. Mm-hmm. And not to beat yourself up because you can't do what you used to be able to do. Why bother? I mean, this is the way it goes.
Yes. Yeah. Seems like you're talking a lot about acceptance.
I guess so.
Fire department is here, and we're at the aquatic center doing some basically obstacle course type workout. It's working on fitness, kind of a variety of fitness focuses, I think. It's kind of working on our ability to do our job better and stay fit, so we avoid health complications as we go in on our careers, and hopefully be able to do our jobs even more effectively in the future.
So to kind of spur up some new, or invigorate some new ideas and stimulate them to do some more exercise, the town started contracting with UVAC to provide some training twice a week. Cardiac disease is one of the major leading killers of firefighters in the United States. This is the best way we could see to prevent some of those things from happening.
Part of my job is I work to make a program for these guys, and we have been working over the course of several months to build both stability, strength, and power. We really work to emphasize exercises that establish a similar, if not practical, situation that they might encounter while they're out there, either fighting a fire or during a medical emergency.
Certainly, I think Hartford is very progressive in what we're doing here and providing this structured environment where we can come and we can, train in a supportive and safe way with each other and with a professional trainer. So I think it's a very progressive and good thing that we're doing here.
They work best when they work as a team. In those emergency situations, there's not an opportunity for someone to not pull their weight. So I think the camaraderie that coming here and working out as a group, it brings an awful lot of stress relief. It increases their energy. I think it increases their ability to work well together.
Oh, teamwork. Teamwork. All the guys being together. A lot of our staff that you see here today is actually off duty. The duty crew is attending now, as you can see from behind me. But many of the staff here today are off duty and just have that drive to be part of a team, work together, and work with their peers.
We offer this Tuesdays and Thursdays, and they always have 4 staff that are on. They work on 24-hour patterns. So those 4 are the only the only guys who are required to come. But as you can see, 16 come. I think that speaks volumes. All of those guys are coming on their off days when they're tired to be part of this unique environment that we've created here. So I just think that's, I think that speaks for itself.
Really?
Excellent work, guys.
Hi, this is Sylvia Dow. I'm the Executive Director of Visions for Creative Housing Solutions. Back in 2004, I started meeting with other families to establish some sort of a housing model in the Upper Valley. We looked at a lot of different models and kind of decided on what we really liked, but then we lost our steam. Our kids were still young. I have 2 daughters with special needs. One is 29 and one is 31. So it wasn't until, after age 25 and most of my friends didn't have children living at home anymore, I really started to think about really ramping up the idea of a housing model in the Upper Valley. So we started to meet as a board, and we did our 501c3 so we could become a nonprofit. And then we realized soon that we needed to become a vendor for our area agency to receive funding to help support individuals that would live at Visions. That was a really big undertaking. But what really brought it to light for me is that I had brain surgery to remove a tumor. It was not cancerous. It was supposed to be like getting your tonsils out. To make a long story short, I had a brain infection and I almost died. So when you're faced with that, and you know that you're not going to live forever, no one ever does, but when you're really faced with that as a reality, you realize you have to make some changes. And I think that's what really prompted me to put all my heart and soul into getting Visions underway. So that was 2011, it's 2016 now. Our first site is here in Enfield, New Hampshire. We have 8 residents who live here. We support them with their employment, and everyone who works at Visions has employment, paid employment. Some also volunteer. They are out in the community. We really feel strongly that individuals need to be out in their community and active members. People are, basically we support whatever they want to do. So whatever activities, whether it be sports or meeting friends, getting together, going to school, we really help support that. So we're really, I think we're blossoming. We're renovating a new house here at the Sunrise Farm campus. It's called the Little House. We'll have room for 2 more residents, which we already have 2 residents that would like to live there. I think in the future, there's so many families that really need this kind of a model. And really it's open, I think we're open to looking at different models too, but a model that really supports individuals with special needs for life, that's permanent for as long as they want to live here. The area agencies use models of home care providers, but they don't really have anything that's permanent. So you might, go to live with a home care provider, but it's their home, it's not yours. If that person decides not to do it anymore, then they're on to their next thing and you have to find someone else to live with. We really want something that's permanent, that's their home. Everyone who lives here, this is their home. I bring that home all the time. That this is where you live, this is your home. You can live here for as long as you want, or we can help you. Like we have one couple, they're engaged to be married, and we're supporting them to look in a few years to getting their own apartment and supporting them and making sure they have all the life skills needed to do that. But for individuals who perhaps want to live here for as long as they want, forever, they can also do that. So it's our job to make sure that will happen. But we're also looking at, there's so many people interested in this. So we're looking at Lebanon, possibly a site in Vermont, perhaps in the Concord area. But what I need and what I'm really looking for too is some energy, some other families who are interested in doing what we're doing, or volunteers who would like to help make this happen. There's a lot that goes with it, and they could be the icing on the cake. Or if you'd like to be on our board of directors, there's always usually a space, or assisting us in a committee. That's so important. I love it, the saying, it takes a village, and it definitely takes a village. We need help. We can't do it by ourselves. And if you have a skill, or if you'd like to know more about Visions, please contact me. We have a web page. It's www.visionsnewhampshire.org. And we have a Facebook page that I love to post great pictures of what everybody is doing. Or you can call us. So just want everybody to know what we do here at Visions.
We are so thankful for WISE volunteers. Crisis Line advocates help guarantee that WISE can provide 24-hour support to victims. Our WISE ambassadors make meaningful connections between WISE and people in the community every day. And court observers continue to provide a consistent, silent, and powerful presence on the side of victims in their court proceedings. We are so thankful for the volunteers who help WISE to end violence, share hope, and change lives.
So thank you for joining us for this month's magazine. We hope that if you do have a story in mind, that you do get in touch with us. And just a friendly reminder that the Halloween-a-thon is quickly approaching. There's a registration date that's happening in September 1st, I believe. So if you would like to gather a team together, participate, this is the year to do it. Again, Halloween-a-thon is a partnership with the Hopkins Center for the Arts. This is our 3rd year in partnership with them on this project, and we are excited for the spooky surprises that await for us.
Be sure to come visit us at the Tip Top Media and Arts Building, 85 North Main Street, White River Junction.